Okay, so where are we, Camille?
So we're in the Manti Cemetery. We're in the southwest corner, almost to the west fence. Anyway, this was Hans Larsen, who was an original Danish pioneer. He came over in, I believe, 1853, and he was in his mid-30s, and he had joined the church in Denmark, and he decided to come to Utah. He was the only one in his family, and he came all alone. And he met Anne-Marie Jorgensen. And Anne-Marie, she was only like 17 or 18. Oh, I'm sorry. She's only 17 or 18. And they met on the ship. They met on the ship coming to Utah. And then they had to come across the plains because it was 1853. So they had to take hand carts and wagons across the plains. And while they were doing that, they got married. There's a story on their family search that talks about how they got married, and they ended up moving to Manti, and that's where we are, and that's where they always lived. And Anne-Marie had, I believe, 14 children, but unfortunately I think they had a problem that only 5 lived to adulthood. One was Joseph, who married our ancestor, Nancy Jane Buchanan, and he's the one that died from the horse, and he was only 34. So they only had 4 of their 14 kids grow up through adulthood, through their lives. And Anne-Marie, yeah, it was really sad. The babies were like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 years old when they passed away, so I wondered if they had the Rh negative factor. And so this has the name of the babies that died on the sides, on either side. Now, in Family Search, the name Larsen is spelled Larsen, L-A-R-S-E-N. On this, it's L-O-N, but on Family Search, it's E-N. The other kids are on this side.
I can barely see them.
It's hard to see.
Lewis, John, and Franklin. Lewis, John, Franklin.
Hans Larsen helped build the temple. By then, he was older. He was like at least in his 60s, if not his 70s. So this is to remember them. And actually over here, these are also the babies that died. These little headstones, these are little markers for the little babies. And then,
This one's probably Lewis because of LL.
yeah. And then their mom, she passed away in her early 40s. And she had a hard life. And so she didn't live that long, I think, with all the hard things she went through. So these are some of her babies. And one of the sons, named Nephi Larsen, that did live, he was deaf. And so he was one of the first students at the Ogden School for the Deaf and Blind. And he ended up working there. And he met a young lady there, and they got married and had a family, and so that was all really good. So that's exciting. And the other one little tidbit I want to say, the photo album we have that I thought was Grandma Grace's because she inherited it, but I think it originally was Nephi's, her uncle, and he took the pictures mostly, I think. Thank you.